Hi guys, it's Mitch. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is about this beautiful little Sophrolaeliocattleya Crystelle Smith, and the cultivar name is NR. There's quite a few different cultivars of this orchid. I also have one called Aileen, but this one blooming is NR. Sophrolaeliocattleya, as the name suggests, is from breeding Sophronitis, Laelia, and Cattleya together. Usually they breed these three together to get a nice, small, well-shaped, colorful orchid, as you can see here. This one has this beautiful little yellow, almost fluorescent neon yellow lip, and the beautiful pink petals contrast nicely with the red in there. And I don't know if you saw my video on Laelia alaori, where it had these little almost like fangs in there, and this one I see like a little bumps in there. If you know what I'm talking about, you can kind of see them on the edge. But anyway, I wonder if Laelia alaori is in the background of this plant. This is Paph primulinum blooming in the background, in case you're wondering. That's what that yellow Paphiopedilum species is. Anyway, Sophrolaeliocattleya Crystelle Smith is a really easy to grow orchid, very easy to bloom. Some cattleyas are hard to bloom. They only bloom once a year, or they need specific dry, cool conditions or what have you to get them to flower, but this is not one of those orchids. This one just blooms at the end of every new growth, which is very satisfying. And so it can bloom a couple times a year, because as soon as this growth is done, it will send out another one. So this is the first time that this plant is blooming for me, because I just bought it in the spring. So I'm really happy that it actually did bloom, because you can see it's still in the little plastic pot that I bought it in. I never transplanted it out of this. I usually leave orchids in those for the first year, just to let them kind of establish and see how they're doing before I pot them into a permanent pot. It has a very beautiful frilly lip, and I love the shape. When it first opened, these petals were more like an orangey yellow too, but now it's faded to a beautiful pink color. I've had the Sophrolaeliocattleya Crystelle Smith Aileen for a few years, so usually it has 2, sometimes 3 flowers, or 1 really big flower depending on the season. And this one just has 1, but it's very nice, big, well formed, very easy to grow. I grow it under my lights, about 10 to 12 inches under the lights, and it gets moderate temperatures. So usually the temperatures in there are about 24 to 25 degrees Celsius in the day, and dropping down to in the winter can be 8 to 10 degrees in the little grow area where I keep them, and they don't mind. I just keep them a little bit drier in the cooler temperatures. I do let them dry out quite well, so that moss that it's in can be quite crispy when I do water it. It's quite moist right now, but I do let it dry out very, very well. You can tell if it's getting enough water by the pseudobulbs, and if it's really dry, they'll just get really, really wrinkly and shriveled up. But you can see that right now it's looking okay. The whole plant is about 6 inches tall, so it's perfect for windowsills, and the color is just wonderful. It's really, really nice to see this color combination. I was trying to find out the crosses in the parentage really quickly before I filmed this video, but I couldn't, I didn't have the patience to look through all of the Google links, but I'm very curious to see what is in the background here. But it is quite a beautiful little easy to grow orchid. If you ever see this one around, I highly recommend it. There's lots of different cultivars. I believe there's one called H&R. There's Aileen. This one is NR. There's one called Madeline. So there's a whole bunch of different kinds, and they just have different shapes and colors and patterns, but they're all quite beautiful. Anyway, that's it for today's video. If you have any questions or comments, please comment down below, and thanks very much for watching.